Welcome to the Theory Vault. What if I told you that Donald Trump's push for war might not be about defending America, but about seizing total control? This isn't opinion. This is about facts, patterns, and powers that most people don't even know exist. Let's open the vault. 1. The power of war. Presidential emergency powers. Since the year 1976, under the National Emergencies Act, U.S. presidents have had access to nearly 140 special powers during declared emergencies. These include freezing bank accounts, shutting down communications infrastructure, deploying the military domestically, and suspending civil liberties. Presidents can even unilaterally shut down parts of the internet under the Communications Act of 1934. Historically, these powers were meant for short-term crises. But Donald Trump has often hinted that he believes in total authority, words he used during the COVID-19 pandemic. 2. Martial law, what it really means. Martial law is when civilian control is replaced by military authority. It's been declared in U.S. history during times of war, rebellion, or major disaster. Under martial law, normal legal protections can be suspended. Think curfews, military on the streets, suspension of elections, control over the press. During his presidency, Trump repeatedly flirted with invoking the Insurrection Act, which allows the president to deploy the military within U.S. borders without state permission. He also purged several Pentagon officials late in his term and replaced them with loyalists, many who supported extreme emergency scenarios. 3. The third option, strategy. According to some constitutional scholars and political insiders, Trump allies have explored what they call a third path to maintaining power, triggering a national emergency to delay or nullify elections. This isn't fantasy. The year 2020. Reports confirm that Trump explored using the Department of Homeland Security and Department of Defense to seize voting machines. He also considered deploying the National Guard in swing states to rerun elections. That plan was blocked by military and legal resistance. But the blueprint remains, and it's chilling. Number 4. The role of conflict. Why war helps. If a U.S. president launches or enters a major war, especially on American soil, or against a nuclear power, they gain immediate and sweeping emergency authority. Donald Trump has frequently stirred tension with countries like Iran, China, and more recently, hinted at aggressive action during his campaign rallies. His rhetoric often includes promises of strength and eliminating chaos, ironically while creating it. Increased military action, or a foreign conflict, could serve as a trigger to declare a state of emergency, giving Trump the power to suspend elections. Silence, dissent, and rule by executive order. 5. The cult of personality and dictator playbook. Look at the playbook. Undermine the media. Discredit elections. Build loyalty within the military, stir fear of internal enemies, promise law and order. It's the same strategy used by leaders like Vladimir Putin, Recep Erdogan, and even historical dictators like Benito Mussolini. Trump's followers see him not as a politician, but as a savior. This cult of personality isn't just about belief. It creates a blind spot where any action, no matter how authoritarian, is justified. And let's be clear, Donald Trump has already tried to overturn one election. January 6th wasn't a protest, it was a test. 6 legal experts are sounding the alarm, Harvard law professors. And military leaders have publicly warned that another Trump presidency could result in the end of American democracy as we know it. Constitutional scholar Lawrence Tribe said, quote, "Trump doesn't want to win another term. He wants to end the system that checks his power." The Brennan Center for Justice has mapped out dozens of emergency powers Trump could legally invoke the moment conflict arises. 7. Coordinated media distrust. One of Trump's most consistent strategies has been to discredit independent media. He labeled trusted outlets as fake news and encouraged supporters to only trust sources loyal to him. This strategy weakens the public's ability to distinguish facts from fiction, creating an environment where truth becomes whatever the leader says. This level of media manipulation is straight out of authoritarian regimes. Control the narrative, and you control the people. Once trust in journalism collapses, it's much easier to pass propaganda as fact, especially during times of crisis. 8. Why this matters now with another election approaching. Trump is already planting seeds of doubt about voting integrity. He's promising revenge, retribution, and punishment for his political enemies. And if conflict breaks out, either foreign or domestic, all he needs is a declaration of emergency. The moment that happens, the Constitution takes a back seat. This is about more than Trump. It's about how fear is used as a weapon. Power, once seized, is rarely returned. And how easy it is to trade freedom for the illusion of safety. Open your mind. Open the vault. Never stop asking why. If you haven't already, hit that like button. Leave a comment. Subscribe to the Theory Vault for more videos like this.